Hey, everybody. It's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan, and we're going in the wrong direction. Yeah, we're going in the right direction, but it has since shifted in the last hour. It seems like the market can't really make up its mind. Bitcoin is just over 48,000. The total market cap is 2.1 trillion. We've got about 18% tied up in DeFi, and there is one particular project that is shaking off the sell side pressure. I want to talk about that. That's Gala. Gala is the token that is behind the gaming ecosystem that is going to move over to the Flare networks. And it is also collaborating with the 888 New World, that is the NFT platform. And I was lucky enough to have the founder on the channel last September. Yeah, he's a true visionary in games. And with blockchain now, he's doing some amazing conceptual things that are being done for the first time, and that is to incorporate the NFTs in the earn to play business model. Can you believe that? Look at this, up 162% in the last 24 hours. It actually had reached over 200% up. It is a project that is very, very exciting. They've done some amazing partnerships. They also have something going on with the Global Esports Federation. That's the outfit out of Singapore that is going to create an Olympic type event in esports. They have they have just a lot going on. Also, too, they were just listed on Binance. With that, I think when you take a look at what the attorney Jesse Hines tweeted out, because he's really a conservative guy, you can see here that he was asked by a friend, "What are you doing today?" And he says casually, "Oh, just helping my company to revolutionize the gaming industry. No big deal." It is a big deal. And one of the big, I think, reactions that's coming from the market is this new beta testing for their Spider Tanks game. It's really clear to me that it is one of the fun first to play to earn games on the blockchain where they are incorporating these NFTs. Here we have someone who has a channel that is called the On-Chain Gaming channel. And I was so pleased to see his reaction. I just want to play it for you so that you too can see how excited he is to play this game, because he says one thing that's really, really key, and that is it is fun to play.
This is one of the first, that's such a cool loading screen. One of the first games on the blockchain with NFTs, with play-to-earn mechanics, that is actually really, really fun to play. And so
the reason why I point that out is because Axie Affinity, which is now currently trading at $66, it is an earn-to-play game as well. But if you've played it or have listened to other people who have played it, it's not so much fun. It's just driving its business through this earn-to-play model. But when you can combine the earn-to-play with the NFT and it's fun, you've got a winning combination. I mean, can you imagine? You have 500,000 people playing on the game, and maybe there is one special gold skin chicken tank that you can buy, sell, and trade among the players in the ecosystem. Can you imagine the dynamics of what can happen in terms of economics? It's really very, very exciting. So I get it. I get why that particular project is having those gains. Another person who really gets it is Liz Clamen. She had Charles Gasparino on Fox. They are talking XRP, Ripple, and of course the SEC mess, exposing these shady moves and bringing to mainstream news the truth, which is fantastic. It's highlighting how big this case really is. I think Charles is getting up to speed. He's getting a lot of help from people on Twitter because it is a project that sometimes takes a little bit of study. He's going to be covering more in the near future, and so it's really, really a great thing. Also, too, big thing happened today, SALT. SALT is in New York City. It happens at the Javits Center. It was on the 13th, 14th, and 15th. They have uploaded their 8 hours of video. It's a flagship event in the city where investors, creators, and thinkers get together to discuss disruptive innovation. If you recognize this gentleman, this is Brian Brooks. He was on the main stage And he is the former comptroller of the currency and also the former CEO for a very short time at Binance. He talks about regulatory issues in the United States, and I want to play his portion for you, which I think is really interesting. Let's have a listen.
And here's a sort of a mission statement about crypto. There are no people. There's only code, right? That's why the mission of crypto is to say, in code we trust. We're taking all of the discretion and the negligence and the fraud and the self-dealing out of the equation. And what's left is a need to make sure that there's basic disclosure, to make sure that losses are compensated, and things like that, hacking and cyber standards, that sort of thing. I don't think we have a consensus on this in this country right now. And if you just look at yesterday's hearing in the Senate Banking Committee and the way that, Gary Gensler was treated by the Democrats versus the Republicans, you can see that there's a fundamental chasm between the Democrats, who believe every activity that involves value should be subject to securities regulation, and the Republicans, who are asking, well, why don't we understand what this is and figure out if there is a regulatory regime that makes any sense? I'll just end with Balaji Srinivasan's comment that I always quote, which is, when the YouTube people founded YouTube, did anybody think they should get a broadcast television license? I don't think so.
No, good point. He is so likable. And then the strongest conviction I have heard in a long time, this is Glenn Barbour. He is the former CIO of Voyager, now the Sales of Americas at the Custody, Prime, and Settlements for Digital Assets company called Copper. You got to listen to what he says here. This is strong.
Make no mistake about it. Digital assets is the capital markets opportunity of the next generation, right? And I don't want this to come from someone like us on stage where, it's just a bunch of crypto guys and girls, right? Try to kind of shill their product. This is the new global economy being built as we speak. As an investors and financial market participants, I believe, and this might sound controversial, but I believe you owe it to yourself to do the research, to figure this out, because the returns are going to be there. You're investing in the new world that's coming down the pipe, that's going to be run by the people that we consider our sons and daughters. And this is just the fact.
Mic drop. I have one more clip from this same gentleman. He's just really got some important things to say. Have a listen to the part where he talks regulation.
This thing is that we have an opportunity to either do something that's going to affect the future and maintain what could be a very significant competitive advantage in terms of financing and the way that we do things with technology, or we can lose it, right? Because the one thing that a lot of people that are citizens of a particular nation state, for example, whether it's the United States, China, somewhere in Europe, don't really think about a lot is that, look, this is a global, borderless, permissionless ecosystem. And if the United States wants to take its time or do something silly because the politicians that are way too old to be native and understand this technology for it to make sense to them, if they're going to screw around with it, well, there are countries that are not going to screw around with it. So it will simply migrate to Switzerland or Japan or Australia or the UK or anyone that has a favorable regulatory environment that says, we're not going to be silly about this, right? And that's the part that, it's like that ball that just kind of you squish and it shoots out in different areas. And that's going to be the way the world develops, right? And not enough people pay attention to this because this is a unique asset class that started globally in nature without sort of morphing from some domicile that we're all kind of familiar with.
Wow. Very, very strong statement. I just think he is spot on. So ball squishers, not good for the U.S. And tomorrow I'm going to tackle this one. This is George. I really love George. I've been watching him for years. But what he hasn't done is keep up on all of the changes that have occurred with XRP and the way that they facilitate the on-demand liquidity using the wallet now. And so he's kind of stuck back in 2018, 2019, and I'm going to do it in a very gentle way, but I want to do it by taking my time, and I kind of found this late today. Actually, a lot of people sent me the link and the timestamp, and so I'm going to hit it tomorrow. And it's a project that is not easy to keep up on, but we'll make sure that George gets up to speed very quick here. All right, we're jumping to the fluff, everyone. This is really funny. This is kind of wacky again. This is Wacky Japan, and it's cup noodle drinks. Can you believe it? They have 4 different flavors. You've got the original flavor here, which is the soy sauce flavor, curry, seafood, and chili tomato. Well, if we go to the Nissan website, you can see here that they are marketing them as the Four Seasons cocktail. The Italian chili highball, which is over here, I read the review, it got a thumbs up. It tastes like carbonated tomato juice. But when we move over to the summer seafood highball, this is a fizzy clam chowder with a very bad aftertaste. And then the original, which is more of the soy sauce, got a thumbs up. It is tasting like ginger ale. And then the last one, which they're marketing as the Italian bourbon highball, well, it didn't do so good. It is the curry flavor that tastes pretty bad. And it is an attack on the taste buds. But that's not only what is being attacked. Your pocketbook is being attacked, because when you want to buy this, you can get it on Amazon. It's the Cup Noodles 50th anniversary box with 4 types, and then 4 types of the soda and 9 types of the cup noodle. It'll set you back just about $100 US. Crazy, but there are some real collectors in this country, and Nissan is one of those iconic brands, so I think it will be popular for some. All right, everybody, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.